Hello to the internet world where everyone doesn't give a flying fuck. This is Toby and Zarah, and we are coming to you when it comes to normal food we find on our trip today.
Our idea today is to bring you a little bit closer to some of the things that most people rather like to keep their distance to. Specifically, Crawlies we were able to find in the glorious country of Cambodia, which is in itself a complete coincidence, since we're currently traveling from Vietnam to Germany via bicycle. As you can see in the background, our bicycle's right there. And as we usually do, we went through the markets and tried to find something for you guys to hopefully enjoy and hopefully take a little bit of the scare factor away, since to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of people attempting to eat these kind of things we're going to look at today being really grossed out. So some of these I've already tried before, or we've already tried before. Some of them I didn't. I would say we should just start, and I'm going to show you some of the things we have. So for example here we have scorpions, 2 of these guys. We have some rather big spiders, 2 of these guys too. We have some big frogs. We also have some small frogs. What are these guys again? Crickets? What are these?
Water bugs. Crickets.
Oh, these are crickets, yeah. So we have crickets here, and these black things that look a bit like beans. These are water bugs. And what else do we have? We have this guy. What was this?
Another type of water bugs, believe it or not.
Basically a bigger version of this guy. You'll see in a minute how similar they are. Anything else? Yeah, we have this guy. Unfortunately, I already have to warn you, his head fell off, which can happen. There's the head. There's the rest of it. This is one of these little lizard guys you can see crawling around in the walls in Asia. Yeah, pardon me for the coincidence with the fallen head. That unfortunately happened while we tried to carry these things home from the market. Hang on, I forgot. There's a snake here, or part of a snake. So yeah, guys, I would say we start. So far, I'm not particularly feeling very grossed out by this food. It looks pretty cool. For me, it's been a while since I tried this, so I don't really quite remember the taste of most of these things, but might as well remind ourselves, shall we? Mm-hmm. Since this is Cambodia, I thought we're gonna kick it off with some drinks too. We got the Anchor beer, one of many beers in Cambodia. There's also the Angkor beer, which is a very similar name, but a very different beer. I have the Klang Pilsner, which is supposedly liquid elephant juice, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Let's kick it off. These are gonna be all lifesavers in case we're gonna have something we really don't like. This is gonna be great to at least get the taste away. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Which one should we start with? What do you think?
We can start with anything. I'm just starving right now.
Me too. Let's start with something meaty, I would say. Why don't we start with the frog? I have to say, I really like the posture of these guys. I mean, if you look at that, they really died a very glorious death. They look a bit like the Ötzi, that frozen human from thousands of years ago. This is like the frog Ötzi.
They look more like the shrivel up bodies when the volcano eruption came out.
Pompeii?
Oh, Bombay.
Yes, the Vesuve, yeah. Kind of like that. Those guys are a little bit more grey and probably less tasty than this.
For sure.
You said legs? Muscles?
Mm-hmm.
I would say let's just be very precise about this and crack it open. That's for you. Not sure if we're gonna eat the entire plate this video, but we're definitely gonna try all of these things, just because it takes a lot of time and I don't think you guys are gonna be interested in us just eating all the time. I have the fear of these things actually being really delicious. We're definitely gonna try all of them. So horse frog, what do you think?
Tastes like chicken. Well, I mean, it tastes like a very tiny chicken that got dipped in a lot of oil and then got shriveled up.
And really, really crusty and kind of overcooked because it's pretty hard to chew. As they say, everything tastes like chicken, and that's kind of like the perfect example because frog really does taste like chicken that's just been cooked for way too long. It's not bad at all. Would you say it's bad?
It's not bad. However, I think frog meat are a little bit more delicate to cook than chicken meat. So because chicken meat actually has a lot more fiber in them, and those fiber needs a longer time in order to cook.
A little bit of an explanation here, guys. Sitting next to me is a girl from Vietnam. She's the expert to all of crawlies and stuff. So she knows a lot about it. these kind of creatures eat you.
Well, I know enough, like any other enemy does, and some of these guys here belong in a lot of my childhood. I have fond memories of them. That's the reason why my mouth has been watering for the last 2 hours.
One more thing, guys, when it comes to these frogs, if you ever encounter them, it doesn't look like a lot of meat, but in fact you can literally eat everything of these guys. Like this is basically a leg with just bone. You can see, maybe you can see these little fingers here, but the way they cook it here, you can eat everything. Like bones, fingers, head, anything. Not a big deal. Speaking of frogs, why don't we try the small guys? Conveniently speaking, they put like, how many of these guys? Around 10. Nah, I didn't count all of them, but around 10 little frogs here on a stick. They all do a bit of like a weird yoga pose. Hang on, can I get one off without it falling apart?
Nope.
No. They're very dry frogs. But yeah, they all look like they're doing a bit of a weird yoga pose here. I want to see if I can get a whole one here.
Sorry, just a little bit off topic right now.
There you go.
The legs now kind of reminds me of the experiment that they used to do back in the days about electricity and how it affects the muscle.
Okay, we are in Cambodia. We don't need to talk about Khmer Rouge and their little experiments, so... But yeah, Khmer Rouge, guys, look it up. You should know it. Pol Pot's not a great story, but something you should know. Let's try this. Kind of like just a smaller version of the big guy.
More crispy.
More crispy. Yeah, these are more like...
Actually, these are the river frogs. They actually taste a little bit more gammy.
You know what they remind me of?
That remind me of.
Old Pringles. Like, when you leave like a pack of Pringles open for a bit and they kind of stale in a way and kind of just greasy and most of the potato taste is kind of gone. You really want to like them?
You know, like light barbecue flavor.
Oh yeah. What's next?
I think let's just go with the water pot.
So these guys, there's two different ways of eating them. Let me demonstrate the first way. Look closely.
That works.
That is the way the locals tell you not to eat them. However, I don't really care about the locals. I like to eat stuff the way I like to eat them. Well, I do care about the locals, but I don't necessarily care about all the customs here. So most of them say that you should take off the wings first.
You take the outside wing, you don't need to take the inside wing out.
Because these are part of the exoskeleton, yeah. So this is a very, very hard shell. It's a bit of an issue for me to peel that off because I have quite big fingers. Not a big deal for Zarah. She can do it quite easily. And honestly, eating this is not too hard even with it. Like, the locals tell me it's too hard to eat. I have no issue with that. And why not?
It's also because your teeth are twice the size of mine, so...
True.
You know how canned tuna, and you leave it open for 2 months. Then you grind it into a paste and you stuck it inside of a peanut.
We have to say though, none of this stuff tastes rancid. We're trying to describe how it feels in the mouth and kind of like what the taste could be described as, but so far there was nothing I disliked. There's actually been a lot I really liked, like I do really like the frogs. Some time ago in a lovely little place called Rumduo in Cambodia, where we were biking through, they sold us like 50 of these on sticks, just to give you a bit of an idea. 50 of these guys is like $2.50 in the right places. Here in town, we're currently in Siam Reap. It's a lot more expensive. But yeah, anything you can see here, you can get in any other town pretty much you would find in Cambodia, even in Vietnam. We are about to go to Thailand, so I kind of expect to see a lot of these things too. However, we're looking forward to see something we haven't seen yet. So, speaking of which one's next?
Why don't we tackle the bigger one, the scorpion and tarantula?
Let's go with the scorpions.
Sounds great.
From my experience though, you gotta be careful because these guys can be really, really hard.
I usually prefer to break these guys off. Just because of some superstitious belief that the scorpion's venom or the scorpion's poison is still resides even though how hot you cook them.
Yeah, I think you're right. You shouldn't eat that part.
Yeah.
I really think you shouldn't. Might be dangerous.
I mean, we're not talking about pufferfish.
Yeah. Well, let's go for it.
I haven't had these in a while.
By the way, guys, if parts are falling off, that's not because we don't know how to eat. It's because these things are very brittle. There are a little bit of legs here and there, but whatever. Long time ago, I joined an eating contest in Hanoi in Vietnam. And they gave me a plate of, what was it, 6 or 7 of these guys. And along with that was like a plate of grasshoppers and coconut worms. And we're like, okay, you're a foreigner, you're not going to be able to eat any of that. They gave me 2 minutes, and I did the whole challenge in like 1 minute 20.
Whoa.
And nobody expected that. I really always like these kind of things. Haven't killed me so far. I can highly recommend. To this point, we're not done yet, but I know the scorpions. Those were the guys I ate before. Loved them, still love them. Great.
Okay, something's interesting though. I am really sure that these guys have been lightly doused or lightly marinated in some sort of moonshine or alcohol, because I definitely can taste it in here.
Just the other day, a few days ago, we stopped by to get a couple of drinks, and it's like a tiny little restaurant. I can't even call it a restaurant. Really, it was just a red box next to a couple of hammocks next to the side of the road, and that was it. Tiny. But usually you'll find inside these red boxes, very common in Cambodia, you find, I don't know, energy drinks, beers, fruit juices, water. One of the old ladies there, she had snake wine, which I didn't recognize as snake wine. I mean, how would you? The entire bottle was 0.5 liters, about this big, and the price was 25 cents dollar. So I really didn't expect it to be homemade snake wine. It's kind of the price of water. It was really good. So chances are they used it to marinate these guys. Would be kind of cool. Snake wine marinated scorpion. By the way, I'm drinking beer, not because it tastes bad or anything, it tastes great, but this beer also tastes great, so... But I'll save some for later, if I might need it. Shall we take the snake?
Yeah.
Right, one half for you, one half for me. Alright, that definitely feels like chicken.
Definitely feels like chicken jerky.
Chicken jerky. 100% chicken jerky.
Eating snacks actually gave me a memory flashback. My dad used to be really sick, so one time when we went into one of these bizarre restaurants, which we usually call a drunk restaurant in Vietnam, they end up bleeding out an entire snake, mix its blood with vodka, and give it for my dad to drink.
Sounds tasty.
And it is believed that it will help him be better. Also, they gave me the little heart of the snake too. They literally gave me the little heart, which is still beating, by the way. It was the cutest thing ever.
I mean, the heart's really cute. And the whole thing with like, he's gonna be better. It sounds very Vietnamese though. I mean, I've heard that many times, like, girls are feeding their men certain drinks so that they don't do certain other things. And
Yeah.
they say it's good for men. So they stay true.
Okay, most of it is just alcohol.
Let's eat this guy. Head for you, for me.
I have the head because I'm the brain in this relationship.
She's right though, well. Alright, you can have the tail too. I'm gonna get the butt. Like I always get in this relationship. I was planning on making more videos, but...
Wait!
Okay, this guy's really tasty. Though I have to say I'm feeling a little bit bad for these guys.
These guys are cute.
Yeah, these gecko guys are really cute. And it's actually the first time for me that I ate one. I never had these before. Unfortunately, I have to say that I will eat them again, because they're really tasty.
You know, there's actually another name for these guys by the American soldiers called a fuck you lizard. The reason for that is because the sound that they made at night when they are doing mating calls, or when they call one another, is
Fuck you. Hey guys, sorry for that. I just realized that unfortunately the camera was messing around us. Anyways, technical difficulties. So unfortunately in the meantime we ate the big water bug, but really it's just a bigger version of the guy we already had before. You saw that. Luckily we still actually, these guys and some of the crickets still have some left. So not big deal there. Had these before just a second ago. Let's finish the rest, shall we? These guys are super tasty. A little bit creamy on the inside. Really great. One of the best things here on the plate for sure. Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's go. Little proof that we ate them and they're great.
Nature's peanut butter, basically.
Zarah was just telling you a story about her dad and how he once ate an entire plate of these guys. Give us a short version.
When I was 14 years old, my dad took me up to the lot. Usually on a cold night, we order a dish of these guys fried with butter. And we eat it along with some wine. Of course, I'm not allowed to get some wine, but I snuck some. So suppose that.
Let's have a few of these guys. just as a proof that this is very edible. Just one more thing, I said that before and I'm gonna say it again. Insects are great. They're really great. They're really good for the environment. Super tasty. And one of the main reasons for this video is to try to desensitize you guys for the idea of eating insects, because personally, I love them. I always loved them. There's no reason not to eat them at all. Really good for the environment. Really good for you too, because they're full of protein. Easy to grow. And if you grow them in a very clean environment, as most farmers here do, all farmers here do, there's no health concerns, anything else. No more health concerns over eating chicken or pork or anything else really. And they just taste great. Huge variety, much better for the environment. Just there's really no reason why not, except for the scare factor. But that's one of the reasons here why we're doing this video. We're going to show you guys that there's nothing scary about this food at all. It's really tasty. Anyway, shall we? Oh yeah. Really nice, really crunchy, really tasty. This stuff is perfect for a night in the cinema. Just a massive bowl of it, like popcorn almost. Would you say?
Yep. Actually, I used to read on the news that there has been a company that has grown these little boys, and they made these guys in order to becoming a substitute for usual white flours. So you can actually bake with the powder of these guys.
That I didn't know. What I do know though, guys, is that unfortunately, because it's so rare to get this stuff in the Western world, by the way, I'm from Germany, and it was always my dream as a kid to have this kind of stuff. It's extremely difficult to get this stuff, and if you can get it, you have to buy it somewhere online or in a pet store. If you have an animal, parrot or something like this, getting this kind of stuff is super easy, but then again, it's at the same level of hygiene. Would you want to eat that? But you can buy it online, super duper expensive, really not worth it. Everything you saw here, both plates earlier, was like $9, which is already pretty expensive for Cambodia, but it's so much cheaper. For $9 you wouldn't even be able to get this anywhere in Europe. It's just a novelty, it's overpriced, and the companies do know that, and that's why they charge these horrendous prices, just because the culture doesn't allow for it. Which in my opinion is an issue with the culture, because again, there's no reason why not. Let's come to the main part of the show. These spiders. I'm not entirely sure which spider this is, but it's one of the big guys. Wouldn't want to have this alive in my room. I don't like spiders too much, but that's only in regard to the looks. I do really like the taste of them.
These guys are tarantulas. They are usually... They are tarantulas, dear.
I wasn't... There are many big spiders, you know.
There are many big spiders, but especially if you look at the little front fangs over here, you see how big they are. And if you actually look at the surface of it, it looks like the hair has been burned off. So these are the hairy ones, tarantulas, and you would actually be sleeping well if you have these guys in your room, because these guys are not so poisonous.
Yeah, they just bite and hurt, but not, yeah, they won't kill you. So if you look closely at this guy, there's some little white balls in here. Now this could be eggs.
Most likely egg sac, actually.
Probably eggs. So little tarantula eggs, if you haven't seen it before. I actually never had tarantula eggs before, so let's see how they are. The back just falls off, so I think I'm gonna go with that first.
So far the legs are really good.
And the body is good too. That's some nice little caviar there.
Holy damn, that's delicious! The body of this tarantula really reminds me of the inside of the egg sac, the inside of the crab. When you cook a crab up, especially the one that still have this red egg sac inside it, it tastes exactly like it.
We can do a video on that too, by the way. Let us know if you want to see that, guys. Crabs are pretty easy to get here, and very different from what you expect in the Western world. Well, just let us know. You can try everything here. So, if you guys know about some sort of food in Asia you always wanted to try, but you can't from wherever you are right now, let us know. We're gonna see if we can get it, do a little bit of a review on it, and yeah. Good for us, because it's tasty. So far it's tasty. We're still waiting for the one thing we wouldn't eat, so scare us, guys. Scare us. Because nothing has scared me yet in regard to food. Very much looking forward to it. Tarantula. 1 out of 10. Like, not 1 out of 10, like between 1 and 10. What would you say?
I have to say 8. 8 or 9, definitely.
I would say solid 8, definitely. Super tasty. Very crunchy.
I would say these are some of the best land crab I've ever tasted in my life.
That's a good name for them, yeah. Seriously, guys, if you look at crabs, they look a lot like spiders too. If you're scared of spiders, should be scared of crabs too. Which, by the way, I am. One time I tried to hunt some of these guys. Managed to cut my foot and had one of the crabs biting my finger too, so there's a legit reason not to like crabs, but spiders not so much. Anyways, I would say we call it a night. It's pretty late here, by the way, guys. It's close to 12, actually, maybe even later, who knows. Around the time, you know, it was a long day. Really good. We've been waiting for this dinner for a while. Good night, world. We're out.